Hi, so I am ready to head out, and while I'm waiting for my chauffeur to be available from his current duty, discharged from his current duty, I thought of painting my nails and having a girly chat. It's been a while since I've done a sit down and just chat video, and I thought that this will be a good way to honor my friend. There's not a single day I don't think about her, and she was someone who was very girly. So she would be she was a lot into makeup. She wanted to be a makeup artist, and she had not applied any makeup for however long she was under Ayurvedic treatment, because the doctor, we refer to him as a, he had asked her not to apply. He had not said any such thing to me, and I also apply makeup very rarely, maybe once a month, and I haven't applied in the past 3 months that I've been sick. Anyway, I enjoy doing it for my shows, dance shows, for my YouTube videos, for my presentations that I have, and of course my own personal life, like going out for parties. And I think this is how what I wanted to share. I haven't thought of any topic, like the topics that I have. This is not going to be one of those things, and I'll have to see a way I can show my nail paint. So if you want to also come join me while I paint my nails, if you haven't been getting your time. And I'm not into, by the way, into pastel nail polish. This just got delivered today, and this is a new brand I'm trying for the first time called Insight Cosmetics, and it's a pastel powder blue, which I really like. And I thought this summer I'm going to try out these pastel colors. I don't like wearing them much as on my body as clothes, so I thought nails would be a good way, and I'm feeling drawn to it. So okay, let's start. So what I was saying about girly stuff. Okay, so why I connected with her, apart from, like I have mentioned, the fact that we have psoriasis, we've had psoriasis in common. She's no longer alive in this 3D world, and I am almost healed. So that was something we had in common in the past. And then, of course, girly stuff that I haven't been able to discuss with many of my girlfriends, because most of my girlfriends, given our backgrounds in like commerce, business, corporate world, we had long abandoned the part of ourselves which was, by the way, it's kind of streaking. So I don't know if it's me. My mom would do a better job with this, or it's just the nail polish. Have you used this brand before? Let me know. This is my first time using it. If I don't like it, I'm going to return it. So yeah, it definitely needs multiple coats. Yeah, so we had long abandoned all these girly things, conditioned out of it, brainwashed out of it. We rejected those part of ourselves, and in her, this friend, Chweti, I was able to find that girly girlfriend who was into flowers and makeup and decorating stuff and the soft life, as it's being called in the internet vocabulary today. And I have been trying to reconnect with my soft life since the time I started doubling down on my inner work. And I realized that it took me a while to realize the things that I enjoy and the things that have given me rest and relaxation are the things that I used to like doing as a child. And then somewhere along the way, I guess, I was conditioned out of it, because either I was told it's superficial or it's meaningless, it doesn't have an objective, it doesn't have monetary value. Like, reading books during the afternoons, I used to love doing that. Like, I remember exhausting all the books in my school library, because that's what I would do every afternoon. I would not go out and play with the kids. I was an introvert and a bookworm. This is not turning out well. I'm going out and I don't want to go out with badly painted nails. Okay, let's see. So yeah, all the things that had no place in the fast-paced, money and objective obsessed. I wouldn't say money obsessed, like more like, what is the benefit of doing this? That is the question people ask before starting anything else. And I've had to decondition and myself out of that question. What is objective? I know that in business we always ask that, but then there are some things you can just do for yourself, and that in itself proves to be what takes you closer to your goals. So like they say, the work is in the rest. Like you need to rest in order to be able for the work to show. So for example, if you're going to the gym, then you have to, it's like not when you are gymming and lifting weights that your muscles are actually being built. It's when you're sleeping and resting that your muscles, which have been deconstructed, have been shredded, and now new muscles, stronger, leaner muscles are being formed in place. So it's only when you're resting that the actual work gets done. And most people don't know that. I didn't know that too. And if you've been used to a life of productivity, always being productive, always wondering, am I getting the result from it? How soon can I get a result? Then it takes a while for you to switch from that. Like it's not an on and off switch. Unfortunately, it's not. And it takes a while. So I feel if you are someone who's looking for rest, if you've been on my channel, if you've either come from my France video, if you've come from my styling videos, if you've come from the health related videos, the dance and mindfulness, this would be useful for you, because psoriasis or any autoimmune disease mostly comes from stress. And if you are looking to cure this, get healed, then being able to rest and relax in ways that are authentic to you is going to be key. So whether you're a man, whether you identify as a man or a woman, this is terrible, by the way. See, this is the thing, like I'm painting my nails, but I'm so obsessed with the objective of it being looking nice. Of course, it has to look nice, come on. But see, I can't enjoy the process of painting my nails. But anyway, so I feel like if you are someone who's currently wondering that how do I know what I truly enjoy, because that's a very valid question. I have been asking that for a while, and I feel in the past 2 summers I have come to realize what I really enjoyed are the things that I used to do as a kid. So that would be for me making charts. Like in school we used to make a lot of these charts where we could use our creative juices, and then reading books, doing craft. So again, I'm doing that. I've gotten back into craft. If you've seen my previous video, journaling, you've seen my previous journal. If you haven't, go check it out. It's there in my read and journal video, as well as my manifestation for health. How did I manifest health? I speak about the journal prompts that I use. So I have shown my journal there. So a lot of creative, girly, kiddish things. In fact, when I go to the shops asking for a particular product, they ask for whom, and they assume it's a kid, but it's always me. So it doesn't matter. I'm not embarrassed of it at all. In fact, if anything, I'm very proud of keeping the child in me alive. So for me, that looks like I said, relaxation is doing the things which I used to partake in when I was a kid, listening to stories from grandmothers. They're not here, so I read the books and I listen to stories from people on YouTube. Like usually a lady telling me a story or reading a book. So that's how I get my fix of listening to stories. I love that. Then arts and craft, journals, making, cutting out decorative pieces, decorating journals. I've painted one thing. I want to show that to you in some other video. And then I'm hopefully, touch wood, I don't know, plan to start on another creative craft project. Then of course, this here right now, YouTube. Just like I used to do charts, there were no videos then. I used to not make videos then. YouTube is a great way for me to get my creative juices flowing, connect with people, connect with a like-minded community. and getting dressed. Yes, I have always liked that since I was a kid. And I think somewhere down the line, I got the messaging that it's not something that is functional, or it's superficial and it's not necessary and it's vain. Not that I ever reduced it, but I never celebrated it. I used to always get ready. I have always liked dressing up and all that stuff. But it's only now that I celebrate it, and I'm not ashamed of it, or not ashamed wouldn't be the word. I'm not like, I'm proud of the fact that I enjoy this, you know, and I have no shame in saying, oh, you know, discussing makeup with people, because I would otherwise feel sometimes I'm being judged. People are judging me for being into things which are deemed superficial, getting dressed, wearing makeup, clothes and shoes. In fact, the first business I tried to start off on the internet was a personal styling business. You would have seen some of those videos. They are available on this channel. And if you're coming from my personal styling days, do drop in a hi in the comments below. I'd love to know if you are following me from those days and you're still watching my videos, whether it's on Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube that you found me. So do say hi. And yeah, so it's an evolution, right? Like, dressing and all that stuff has been like very important for me, being like shopping, helping people with shopping, because I offered that as well. And people consider that superficial, but I didn't, which is why I started that business and that. And I felt like that was one of my strong suits, having learned that from my mom, the art of shopping, because that's not something most people know. And people would definitely benefit with that. I still learn from my mom. And it was very surprising to me. There are some basic things people, girls, women are not aware of. And I thought that it's going to be so useful for me to be able to share the things that I have learned from my mom, because we, by definition, by caste, we are weavers. So that means that our forefathers, ancestors were all in the business of making, creating, designing clothes and selling them. So by default, we have my mom and dad both, because it was an arranged marriage based on caste, and they both know a lot about the quality of clothes. So anyway, so yeah, like, I was never ashamed of it, but I also never celebrated it, like the makeup and getting dressed and all those girly things, because girly things are considered non-functional, non-productive, and so on. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is that my way of resting, realizing what really works for me, has funnily enough come a full circle for me to realize that it's more about like the things I liked before I got tainted, if you say so, if you will, tainted or brainwashed by the very hyper masculine, productive, focused on objectives world. And this summer I am completely dedicated. This is what it looks like, still streaky. This one nail has come out the way I would want it to come out, so it's opaque. The rest are all streaky, so I'm going to wait for some time to, if I have time, yeah, I have time, for this to dry down, and then apply a third coat. And I hope it won't look clumsy by then. So, and if you enjoy these kind of videos, by the way, where I'm chatting with you like a girly chat, then let me know. Because like I said, in order to be a feminine, girly girl, it's very important to let go of the objectives and just focus on the journey. So this, usually I have like an agenda for all my videos. If you've seen, when I put the chapters, I put an agenda, because people are looking for information and they want to get to it right away. But this video will not have any agenda. And it didn't have any agenda for me to begin with in the first place. I just sat down and wanted to chat with you while I painted my nails. And yeah, I mean, it's so exciting. Like, unfortunately with Choiti, why I like, I was thinking, I mean, again, there's not a single day I don't think of her. It's been 3 months since she's gone. And sometimes I think, like, if only she had lived enough to be cured and then, do what she wanted to do, which was makeup. She was really, really into makeup and she wanted to be a makeup artist. Then it would have been nice. And in fact, we used to tell each other, once you get well, then we are going to um, eat this, the things that we don't get to eat, go here, go there, apply makeup or get dressed or whatever, all these stuff that we knew we liked, we had in common. And I really, like I said, my girlfriends, since because of, the schooling upbringing and the environments we've been in, um, we are very, probably we've been deconditioned. I mean, like, we've been conditioned out of our natural girly things. So despite that, most of my friends, the ones who are still close to me, they nurture the artist in them. One of them draws and sketches and doodles. I don't know the technical terms, but yeah, she's very good at it. She's been always good at it ever since I've known her. And she maintains that as a hobby, even though, like, her main thing is, she's done a PhD and she works in a line related to her study of physics. And then my other friend, she's also studied from Xavier's as me, done a bachelor's in commerce and then gone on to do her MBA, and then she's been working in the corporate. But she nurtures her girly interests of dance. Well, I wouldn't call it girly. Men also do it, specifically Indian classical dance, but you get the point. So she's maintained that, and now that's an alternative career. I have been able to do the same for myself, go back to dance and then create a career out of it. And I am doing something creative like YouTube, which I never really saw as creative until a friend pointed it out to me. Wow, you're so creative. And I was like, oh, really? But yeah, creation comes naturally to people, especially women, because women create new life. So it comes naturally. So I don't see myself as something unique or someone unique. It's just that I prioritize that, and I have the privilege of being able to nurture all my interests and hobbies. So if you are someone who's wondering, Vendula, what's the point? First of all, don't worry. Don't think about the point. Think about the journey. Think about enjoying this video, this chat with me. Whether you are a girl or a boy, and if you're a boy, if you're not painting nails, you can still take the lessons or the message of resting and look back at your childhood to see what really interests you. I strongly feel, based on my experience of the past 2 years, and most people ask this question, by the way, that how do I know what do I like? And I am so confident the key to this answer lies in your childhood. So if you don't have recollection, sometimes we have a warped sense of what we like, because we try to fit in our answers to what would make sense monetarily, or what would be more accepting of people. So we warp our answers and our memory. This is, by the way, a fact. I'm not making this up. So our memories are creative. So sometimes we create memories of what we think we would have liked in childhood to give more what we consider acceptable answers. But then if you really don't want your bias to step in, what I would suggest is go and ask people who know you from your childhood. Not necessarily your relatives, someone who would have seen you, would have been around you. Could be anybody, your family, your siblings, your grandparents, your childhood friends, and ask them that what is it that you think I enjoyed the most when I was younger, when I was a child, and what was I most preoccupied with, what was I always more inclined to do. And I'm sure you'll find a way to ask it in a way that they're able to answer the question organically, so without them feeling like they're being interrogated. It's actually not so bad with the third quote. So there are certain ways to ask, questions in a way that others don't feel like there is either a right or wrong answer. So I'm sure you'll find a way to ask that in a way which makes them give the most unbiased answer. Because if they feel like you're looking for a certain answer, then they will, because most people want to make you happy and they want to be polite and not offend you, unless it's your sibling. Because I remember asking my brother this question, and he was like, no, you were pretty useless all the time, even though he's younger than me. So anyway, it's again not about use. I had asked him a different question, so his answer is different. I hadn't asked him about my hobbies. I kind of figured that out on my own through trial and error. I would suggest, if you want to know what your true, what your authentic true self really wants to do, then a good way would be to ask people as about, hey, what was I doing mostly? What do you think? Like, do you remember what I used to do? I think this is what I enjoy. Is that what you think? So, because they will give you honest answers. And what you do now may not be exactly that, but it can be some version of that. Like I said, like I make videos during afternoon time, like how I used to make charts for my school projects. Then I would read. I do that too. I listen to stories from our grandmothers. Now I don't have access to the grandmother because she's hard of hearing now. So I used to make her actually tell her stories. She lives in a different state. I used to make her tell me stories over the phone with STD calls. You know, that time interstate calls. She doesn't live in the same state as me. They were very expensive, but I have made her do that because I'm so addicted to listening to stories. So now I read them, or I find someone on YouTube to narrate stories to me. So yeah, so you can adapt it, but the core remains the same. And I think this, like of all the videos I've said about rest, relaxation, and I'm going to be making more such videos, this is very key in really unlocking the key to what rest looks like for you, because rest looks different, relaxation looks different for different people. So let me know in the comments below. I'd really love to know what you used to like as a child and what your hobbies are currently. So what you would like to do during this summer. I'm really looking forward to doing all the crafts. It's not bad. It's come out decent. I mean, it's gonna dry, but yeah, it's not opaque. We managed to do something. So yeah, enjoy the journey. Trust the process. Enjoy the journey. Like I was freaking out with the first coat because it was super streaky and transparent. So yeah, let me know in the comments. I'm looking forward to reading your comments about what you think you would really enjoy doing without the pressure of an objective, without the pressure of a goal, that you do something for yourself and you thoroughly enjoy, whether you get results or not, whether you get money out of it or not, whether you get social validation out of it or not, or whether someone approves of it or not. So something you would do without anyone outside of you or someone like some external validation or approval. So I think that is what would be key. And the easiest way to find that is by taking a peek into your childhood. You can go through old photos too. That's also another way. So yeah, that was a good chat, and this is what my nails look like. I am also going to share my final look, and also maybe some sneak peek from where I'm going. So stay tuned to see that. Matching. I got this 2 years ago, and I bought this summer. But because I like a certain group of colors and I always buy within those group of colors, they look like I have mixed and matched them, but I haven't. It just together. Ignore my dad's voice. And it effortlessly looks like I have harmonized the colors. It's just that I have a certain set of colors that I within. And so if you want something to look effortless, this is the tip that you can use. Indeed, there are no coincidences in life. I was wondering why I had decided to paint my nails a powder blue color when my outfit had no such color in it, only to realize after coming back home that my bag had that exact color as its border. Yay! Yay! Okay, I'll see you from the event.